And welcome to another Mark Bishop show. You know, IBM Technology, they're promoting food safety in ways you wouldn't believe. In honor of the World Food Safety Day, which is this Sunday, new technologies are revolutionizing the food supply chain. And what companies are joining the Food Trust to provide transparency to consumers and producers. This is a pretty important story. Have you ever fell ill? I have, and there's, the stats are pretty high, but we're going to find out. Suzanne Livingston is the director of the IBM Food Trust Network. Welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
World Food Safety Day. It's on this Sunday, June 7th, and it was created by the World Health Organization, WHO, to draw attention and inspire action to help prevent, detect, and manage foodborne risks and other challenges impacting global food safety. Now, one thing many don't realize is how common foodborne illnesses are. In fact, the WHO estimates that 1 in 10 people, 1 in 10, fall ill due to foodborne diseases each year. They're scary numbers, Suzanne.
Absolutely, and it's making consumers lose trust in food. They don't know if their food is safe to eat, and they are scared. Should I buy this product or not? That's really the heart of why we created the Food Trust Network, help reduce these food safety incidents and get food out of the stores and restaurants in record time during an incident.
Okay, so tell us how IBM has found new ways to apply technology to add traceability to the food supply chain, because this is where a lot of the issues are, right? This is to combat foodborne illness, reduce food waste, and solve other challenges with the global food supply chain. How are they doing it?
That's right. Traceability is such an important part of the picture. In order for us to really know where food product is coming from, we have to have full end-to-end traceability. And there's been many technologies in traceability over the decades. The limitation, though, is that many of these companies who are using traceability tools have visibility only from who they've bought and who they're selling to, one step up and one step down. And in a food safety incident, you really need to see the full journey. Where did it come from, and where has it been transformed into another product? And where do those products fit in the shelves of grocery stores or in warehouses or in restaurants? So we said, what is preventing companies from sharing this data? Well, it's trust. They don't trust that other companies will use the data for good, and also that they will be able to retain ownership of their own data. So that's where blockchain really comes into play and made it a new paradigm for data sharing and transparency.
Blockchain, huh? Well, as soon as you said that, straight away I start thinking of cryptocurrency. I guess we all, would be doing that for that. And now we're talking about food, You're
not alone in that.
Right. Well, we don't know what we're eating in some cases. It's pretty scary. We have to trust. You just take for granted what we've bought, who we bought it from. But this is amazing, because what you're really saying is you're going to be able to, I think in the research here, you give an example about some Norwegian salmon, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. Let me just make the link for listeners who may not understand why blockchain is helpful in this case too, because, like you said, many people think cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, that's one realm of blockchain. But the other realm of it is tracking transactions that are related to the transfer of any good. It doesn't have to be money. And that's what we're doing, is we're having each party share data about the transfer and condition and locations of the food products. One of the companies that is joining the system and has their product available at Whole Foods right now is Quarry Arctic. And Quarry is a salmon producer. They have invested in very high quality salmon feed. They invest in great practices, and they want consumers to know when you're buying a salmon product at Whole Foods that it's theirs, and also share with consumers like video and information about the practice and the harvesting process. And
Hmm.
that's the whole journey from Norway to the US.
Wow. The others are going to have to fall into line, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely. Like we're seeing so much more demand for consumer traceability. One of our clients is Carrefour. They're a major retailer in Europe. And when they added consumer traceability to food products in their stores, they saw an increase in sales of those food products. And they're tracing many different products. So they're using our platform for chicken and produce and eggs and
Hmm.
milk. Like I mentioned, we have baby food as well. Nestle is bringing has baby food and also coffee and their own manufactured food products on. We have olive oil. It's quite a broad, diverse set of products that are in the system and tracked.
Well, the IBM Food Trust is one of the world's largest non crypto blockchain networks in production. Today, it has more than 200 participants representing more than 17,000 products. This is from salmon and scallops right through to leafy greens and mashed potatoes. When did all this launch, Suzanne?
And well, we've been working on this for the last 3 years. Back in 2017, we had an initial group of 10 forward-thinking food companies, Dole, Nestle, Walmart, who wanted to test and trial that this could work for traceability. And so that's what we did in the 2017 timeframe. Early in the year, we piloted with pork and with fruit. And then we moved from that into publicly available products in October of 2018. And since then, we've grown to, like we said, over 200 companies, many different types of food products, and are continuing to see more come on board for consumer traceability in addition to safety.
Well, for this layman here, try and give us a bit of an idea so we can understand visually in our theater of the mind while we're on radio. Explain to me what it would look like. How do you make this work, this blockchain thing with IBM? On these foods? I mean, are we talking stamping or what?
Yeah, so first it's really about how we have to trace a record for each one of those food products. And food products are complicated. They get combined with others. There's processes that turn them into a cooked product, for example. So first and foremost, it's about collecting data. And we needed to create the right environment for companies to trust the system and share that data. So giving them control, ensuring that their data is immutable, and that's what blockchain brings to the table. You can't edit a record. Even if it's my food company and I put a record in there, I can't go back and edit it. I have to submit another record to show that there's a correction, for example. So that's the trust level for the platform. And then each company submits their data. They can bring it on board directly from sensor devices, from systems that record their food transactions.
Mm-hmm.
Even those who don't have systems, like a small farm, can just go online and upload data directly into the tool. And then comes the QR code part of it. Once that final product is created, a QR code is typically put on the packaging. And that QR code references unique characteristics about it, a lot number, a date, a product ID. And that is when you scan that QR code, it's behind the scenes launching that data from the QR code into our system and searching for the unique journey, the unique trace for it, and displaying that back to you on your phone.
Amazing. Supply chain visibility. I guess this really strengthens the consumer relationship, doesn't it? From the farm to the store. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Consumers don't trust that the labels on food products, 1 in 5 labels for seafood is wrong.
Really?
Either intentionally or unintentionally. And consumers know this, and they say, I'm not going to buy these products if they're not represented properly. So that's really where we see a lot of demand for. I want my food products to be traceable to buy them, and companies who have the practices they want to share, they are coming on board to share that.
Gee, we've come a long way from back in my day, in my country, Australia. Then it was like if you made it in Australia, you bought the thing. Made in America, support it. And now I can see it's going to be, hey, has it been blockchain? Do we know where it's come from? Otherwise, I'm not coming near it, right? That's where it's going.
That's the idea. And we have already seen change in patterns of behavior with consumers who want traceability and will buy more.
Well, so what do you think? What's next for this technology? Tell me.
Well, right now we are bringing out an easier way for companies to share their data with consumers. So you're going to see a lot more consumer traceability when you go into stores with QR codes or with other unique identifiers. And for food companies who are affected by the COVID-19 crisis, we have a free trial to our documents module, which allows them to share certifications with new suppliers, and that's until August 20th. So they can find a new buyer or suppliers or a new supplier quickly and learn if they have the right practices and also the right documentation to support being a supplier of that food product.
All right. So from a consumer point of view and also from perhaps a developer, manufacturer, breeder, whatever, is there a site that people can go to understand this better, read more?
Yeah, the best place to go is ibm.com/food, and that's where they can learn more about the product, see a demonstration of it, and also see what clients of ours are doing with the platform.
Your position, as the director of this IBM Food Trust Network, do you go to companies or are they starting to search you out?
I will say at first we had a lot of outreach because blockchain, just like we said at the beginning, it was typically thought of with cryptocurrency. Now I will say we also see a tremendous amount of companies coming to us, smaller too, even small brands, Raw Seafoods, for example, in New Bedford, wanting to make sure that consumers knew that their food product is safe and also when it was harvested and if you're in a restaurant. So a lot more that are coming to us and wanting to share their brand information with their supply chain.
So tell me something, little left field here for you, seeing you're in the food game from a point of view of knowing who does what and where. Who's got the best oysters and where do they come from in America?
Oh, well, I am from Massachusetts, and I am partial to the Wellfleet oysters.
Are they a nice size?
Depends. But yes, they're very good. I suggest giving them a try if you find them on the menu, although I did have oysters in Australia once, and those were quite delicious. So
they would have been,
I have to say.
They would have been the Sydney Rock oysters. They're as big as a car. Aren't they? They're huge. Yeah, that's talking getting your money's worth on a shell. I hate those squiddly little things that are stuck in a shell. You're paying serious dough for it. Not to go for that. Well, Suzanne, very interesting. Suzanne Livingston, ladies and gentlemen, the director of the IBM Food Trust Network, helping us stay healthy. This is a wonderful thing down the track. This 1 in 10 is ridiculous with food being ill. Maybe it'll blow out to 1 in 1,000, more to the point. Thanks for all the work you're doing, Suzanne.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Okay. Suzanne Livingston, again, the director of the IBM Food Trust Network, here on the Business Radio X Network.